Hi guys, welcome to ProGuides. My name is Matt. Are you a lurker who always goes for the info play but gets traded? Or are you the guy who can gush every beta? Even more impressive, if you can dink them so they're lit. If this confused you, fear not. By the end of this video, that barrel of nonsense will totally make sense. Trust me, I got ya. A lot of the terms you'll hear in CS are already common in other esports, but they still have a special meaning in the context of Counter-Strike, because, you know, we're one of the OG esports. We were there before esports was cool, or had any money, or was a good idea to pursue a career in. Moving on. Today, we're going to explain 10 of these classic phrases and how to use them. After this video, you'll be spitting CS lingo like you were born on Dust 2. The first term we went to look at is trading, or a trade frag. If you're not trading, you're not playing CS properly. So listen up. Trading is simple. When a teammate goes down, you make sure you're in a position to shoot their killer right back. A kill for a kill. Let's look at an example. We have a 2v2. The Ts are pushing onto the site, but don't know where the CTs are. The Ts will move around the site so they can see the same angles as each other. Sometimes, this means using a buddy system, where they're glued to the hip. Other times, it means splitting up, but still having eyes on the same positions. If a CT pops out and kills a T, the second T can return the frag, keeping the fight a 1v1 instead of a 2v1. Now, if the CTs are being smart, they'll also be set up to trade. After the first CT goes down, the second can trade to take down the final T. Good trading looks a lot like a game of pass the bullet. It's also why, in pro matches, you'll see some players get a kill and instantly do a 180. They're anticipating that trade kill coming in. Trading properly comes down to teamwork and communication. You guys need to be moving in sync, like a dance routine, a murderous dance routine, with guns. Our second CS term is beta. Boo, nobody likes a beta. But what is it? Well, a beta is a player who uses their own teammates as bait. You get it? Yeah, you get it. To lure out an enemy. While the other team is busy murdering their companion, betas swoop in for the kill, getting all the glory. Their KD goes up, along with their ego. The beta will often use this to sass their teammates about how bad they are, and how good he is. Because more kills obviously equals better player. It's just math. Now, baiting on its own is a legit strat. It's actually something you'll do a lot in CS, but the idea is that your teammates also know you're going to bait them. A bad player, a baiter, will keep their team out of the loop to hunt for those frags. And that sweet validation. Baiting correctly is when your teammate agrees to sacrifice themselves to ensure the kill. This is often done when they're on low health, and they know they won't survive the fight anyway, but you will. So, instead of being dead weight, they make a wide peek or jump wildly round a corner. This pulls the enemy's aim away from where you are, letting you get the trade. So, if you want to bait a teammate, go for it. Just let them know beforehand. Our next term is when a player is dinked, named for the sound of getting a headshot while a player has a helmet. Dinks are often a woe of the CT side. CT rifles can't kill in one headshot, so enemies can get dinked, but kill you before you can finish them off. You can feel better by telling yourself, well, if I had an AK, I'd have won, so I'm still great. Getting dinks but dying is frustrating, but it's also vital info to give to your teammates. If your team knows that an enemy is low, they can change their whole approach. Those grenades in their pocket suddenly become super effective. They can anticipate the dinked player being bait, or they can get more aggressive, knowing they only need to land a couple of shots. Just be careful, not every dink puts an enemy on low health. If you're spamming that Glock the whole length of long on Dust 2 and get a dink, it's not quite the same, is it? Next up, we have gushed. It's like dinked, but when there's no helmet, because skulls don't go dink, obviously. They go gush. CS players are so smart, we can handle two different words that both mean headshot. Take that, Fortnite. Our fifth term is emo. This is a map callout, used mostly in North American CS, but it's also so much more. Emo originally meant the same as dark on Inferno's B site. Dark, emo, pretty complex stuff, so be sure to keep up. Because of the little alcove of dark and its low lighting, it was sometimes difficult to spot enemies there. This led to some resentment from players who died to the spot. They thought the kill was cheap or gimmicky. Over time, this evolved into emo, being a catch-all for anything that a player thought was cheesy or cheap. Jumping burst shots to secure the round. bunny hopping around corners for the kill, pushing through smokes and coming out on top. So emo is often the cry for these kinds of plays. We're absolutely not recommending you to start calling things emo. That'd be so emo of you. Wait. Moving on, our next term is lit. We're not hyping it up. It actually is lit. No, the word is lit. Phew, we got there in the end. So, what does it mean? Well, if a player is lit, it means they've been heavily damaged. It can mean different amounts to different people. Some players will use lit to mean hit and call out exact amounts, like he's lit for 65. But most commonly, someone is described as lit if they've lost around 50 to 75% of their health. This works just like calling out a dink to your teammates. You call their lit to inform your team so they can make a play off the back of it. If they know the health of the enemies, they can anticipate how the enemy will play or set up. A low health player is likely to be more cautious and not take a peek. This tells your team that they need to be more aggressive than normal, since they're unlikely to get an easy kill from an enemy peek. Just don't be the guy who gets one hit in and calls everyone as lit. We don't like that guy. The next term we're going to be talking about is a 1 HP call. Similar to calling a dink or lit, this term is telling your team an enemy's health. You don't normally mean they literally have 1 HP, or maybe you do if you're a damage savant. This is just a way to tell your team that the enemy is ridiculously low. A strong breeze would end the round for them. Calling this is super helpful for AWPers. With this info, they know they can switch to their pistol to take out this 1 HP player. Using the high movement speed of a pistol, they can whiz around the map, peeking like a madman. But making an incorrect 1 HP call can be a death sentence for your teammates too. If that poor AWPer pushes with his USP and faces a T with 40 HP and an AK, he's gonna be annoyed. So, if you're gonna call it, you gotta be certain. For term number 8, we're gonna be looking at a lurk, or lurking. Lurking is usually done on the T side of a game. While most of your team head to a bomb site for a plant, one player will be elsewhere, the lurker. They'll be hovering, lurking, around the middle or opposite side of the map. They're looking to catch the CTs who are rotating to where the bomb is. With the CTs off guard, the lurker can get a free kill while the CTs are busy sprinting to defend the other sides. A lurk can be very effective. Killing or even just slowing down these CTs keeps the numbers advantage for your team during their bomb push. If your T side is known for having a lurk, then the CTs have to try and play around it. Their rotations will be slower, giving your teammates more time to get that bomb down. But a known lurk can work against you too. If the CTs kill everyone on the bomb site, they'll know the last player is far away on a lurk. They can just defuse safely and ignore you. Just ask Happy. Our 9th term is gonna be info play. An info play is where you don't execute onto a position. You're not trying to get full control. You're just, as you might have guessed, trying to get info. Because you don't know if the info play is gonna pay off, it's best to only invest a little utility into it. It can be as simple as a CT flashing a teammate to check A ramp on Mirage. With a flash, they can safely peek inside, see if any enemies are there setting up, and get back out safely. Info plays are a dangerous game, because naturally, you're quite likely to come across the enemy. On the T side, it's almost a guarantee. So, info plays on the T side are there to check setups. Like if a CT team is holding aggressively, or if they have an AWP posted up. On the CT side, info plays can be much more devastating to the enemy. Let's say you did the Mirage play we just mentioned. You saw that A was clear, so now you can start to stack mid and B in anticipation of a push there. Just look out for a lurk from the T side. If you do too many info plays, the enemy will start to predict them, but throwing one in once in a while is a great way to make a play for your team. Our final term for today is the hero buy. The hero buy can take many forms, but most commonly, you'll see it on the T side. One player buys an AK, while the rest of the team gets pistols, or low tier weapons. The idea here is that the rest of the team work around the AK. For some teams, that means flashing in the AK to get the opening pick. For others, it's running ahead of the AK to get the info, while the AK comes in second or third to quickly mop up. This can lead to some "get down, Mr. President" moments, where the poorly armed teammates will protect the AK at all costs. The great thing about this buy is that you can play with some risky aggression thanks to your low tier guns, but your AK still lets you go toe to toe with the CT rifles. If you can take down just one CT, suddenly your team has 2 rifles. You've already doubled your investment. Next stop, Wall Street. You don't see hero buys on the CT side, because CTs have to split up, while Ts stay together. This means that on your T side, even if the AK player goes down, a teammate is there to instantly grab it. The investment is just handed down the line. This has been 10 of the terms that we use in CS. Armed with these, you'll be able to hang with the best, confident in your calls. So, get out there and start using them. Don't worry if you get one wrong. In CS, there's never a shortage of teammates there to tell you that you've made a mistake, is there? That's all from us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below if there are any terms you want us to cover in our next video. Or, if you'd like to learn more tips and tricks like this, be sure to check out ProGuides.com. Until next time, good luck in your matches.